and I can press to go to the next player, player 1, and here's how it starts. And we can also do player 2. You can always flip it anytime you want to. And at 5 seconds, the red LED comes on. Hi, my name is Caroline. Do your friends or family take forever when it's their turn on game night? I'm on a mission to end slow game nights with the Game Night Timer, a DIY one-button game turn timer. Press the button, your turn ends, and the next player's countdown starts. In this episode, we're building the Arduino version of the timer using LEDs for green, yellow, and red status, plus a 16:2 LCD screen to show active player and seconds remaining. The buzzer lets you know when time is up. Now, I've already done this project with a Raspberry Pi, and this is another great option if you prefer working with the Arduino. And if you're watching this in 2025, stay tuned until the very end to learn how you can enter to win one of these brand new but discontinued AIY Voice Kits version 1. Now let's get started. For this project, I'm going to be using my Arduino Uno along with this breadboard. The components you'll need, I'm using a piezo buzzer, 330 ohm resistors, red, yellow, and green LEDs, and this button to power your Arduino. It usually comes with one of these little USB cables. And the really cool thing is that you can power it off a power bank charger. For the LCD screen, I am using a 16:2 LCD screen with the backpack, and you may need a small Phillips head screwdriver to adjust the contrast. To get everything connected, you'll need a bunch of male to male, male to female jumper cables. If you want to see the mess of wires that I used for the final project, here it is. I did 3D print a case. This is the front. You can download the STL files. It is linked in the description. For the computer, you can use a Mac or Windows computer, or you can use a Raspberry Pi. I'm going to use a Raspberry Pi 4 with this micro SD card and the monitor and the mouse and the keyboard and all the peripherals. And those are the items you'll need for this project. I'm going to start this project by connecting my Arduino Uno to my Raspberry Pi into one of the USB slots here. And I'm starting on my Raspberry Pi 4. Once again, you can do this on a Mac or a Windows computer. And I'm going to get started by going over to my GitHub page. And I will link down to this GitHub page in the description. It is Caroline Dunn, Game Night Arduino. I am also going to get a terminal started here. First thing I'm going to do is we need to install the Arduino IDE onto our Raspberry Pi. On a regular computer, you would just go over to arduino.cc software, and if you have a Windows computer, it will automatically tell you to download the Windows version or a Mac or whatever is the correct version for your computer. We're on a Raspberry Pi. We're going to do this just slightly differently. I'm going to install with a command, sudo apt install Arduino. I'm going to copy that command. I'm going to open up a terminal. Mine is already installed. And from there, mouse over to electronics and click on Arduino IDE, and then it should open right up for you. You also want to copy the code, get clone command, right click, and I will paste it into my terminal. Let's make sure that it knows I'm using the Arduino Uno. So I do have that connected, and which is the port that I've chosen. Excellent. This is an empty sketch. It won't do anything. And now let's go over to our file manager, and I see a new folder, Game Night Arduino. Double click on that, and let's start by testing out our LEDs. I've already wired up all the LEDs. I'm just going to throw up my wiring diagram here so you can see where I've put the red, yellow, and green LED. The green LED is connected to digital pin 5. The yellow LED is connected to digital pin 6. And the red LED is connected to digital pin 7. I am going to open my LED folder. I'm going to right click and I'm going to open it in Arduino IDE. And here is 1-LED's test sketch to see if I can blink these green, yellow, and red LEDs. And I'm going to skip over the verify because when you click upload, it does verify first. We see the LEDs blinking now. Green, yellow, red is blinking now. Excellent. I'll show you a different way to open files. I'm going to test the button next, and I'm going to open the button, 2- button, and we're going to test if the button is working. Once again, I'm going to throw up my wiring diagram. The button is wired to digital pin 2 and also to ground. Let's test the button, and I'm going to hit the upload button, and it's going to verify and upload. When I hold down the button, all the lights turn on. When I let go of the button, all the lights turn off. File, open. Let's test the buzzer now. Select 3- buzzer. I'm going to click open. We are now wiring up the buzzer. It is going to be wired to digital pin 9. And here is our buzzer sketch. And I'm going to hit upload. It is done uploading. When I press the button, everything lights up and the buzzer goes off. Our LEDs, our button, and our buzzer are working. I'm going to go over to this folder called Arduino Timer LEDs. And I'm going to open up this file under Arduino IDE. And this is, if you just have the LEDs working and the buzzer and the button working, you already have a working project. And here is the sketch Arduino Timer LEDs. Now let's upload it and let's see what happens. Now I do want to point out as we're uploading this that you do want to set your turn times and your warning times. So this is your total turn time is, I would say, a minimum 60 seconds, but for the purposes of making this video shorter, I have set my turns to 10 seconds. There is a yellow warning light that comes on at 4 seconds, and then a red light that comes on at 2 seconds. LEDs fire as you watch the demo. So now it's done uploading. I'll press the button to start the turn. And time is up. So I'm going to press the button to start the 10-second timer. And the green light indicates you have plenty of time. And yellow means a warning, you've got a few seconds left, and red. And your time is up. You can restart it any time, so if you don't need your entire time, you can just press the button again and flip it to the next person's turn. Now let's test the LCD. And I'm going to right click, I'm going to open in Arduino. There are multiple ways to open sketches. While I'm at it, throw up my wiring diagram again. The VCC is connected to the 5-volt pin. SDA is connected to the analog pin number 4, and SCL is connected to analog pin 5. In order to get the LCD screen working, you will have to have the liquid crystal _I2C.H library. And let's make sure we have that library installed. Manage libraries. And we have our library manager open now. I'm going to click in this box that says filter your search. And I'm going to search for liquid crystal _I2C. And here is liquid crystal I2C. It's already installed for me, but if it's not installed for you, it is not installed by default. You'll select your version. I have version 1.1.2, which is the latest as of the recording of this video, and I would click install. But mine's already installed. And let's go ahead and test our LCD. I'm going to hit upload. And now our LCD screen says, welcome to game night. Okay, and that was the expected output. Now let's test this out for the LCD version. So I'm going over to Arduino _timer _LCD, and I'm going to open this with the Arduino IDE. This is the same version, but with an LCD instead of the LED. Once again, I have made the turns very short for the purposes of this video. 10 seconds is how long the turn lasts, and then you get a warning light at 4 seconds, and then red light at 2 seconds. I'm going to hit the upload button. And it is done uploading. LCD screen now says press to start the game timer. Excellent, so I'll press the button. We have our time counting down, and you can see how much time is left on the LCD screen. And time is up. So we can try that again. Time is up, press for the next player, press the button, and you've got timer run, and you can see the LEDs light up as your seconds tick away. And you can always change the timer. 5 seconds now, 4 seconds, and I'm going to press the button, and you can just restart the timer at any point in time. Excellent. And as a bonus, I do have a 2-player and 4-player version of this game. So I'm just going to open up the 4-player version, right click, Arduino IDE. You're using the screen and you can see which player's turn it is. And this is for a version with 4 players. And you could even change the players' names here. I just have player 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this is set to 60 seconds per player. And I'm just going to hit upload. We're just going to upload the 4-player version. IC is done uploading. Press start. This is the 4-player version, so I'll press the button to get started here. And you see it's on player 1, and then we'll cycle to player number 2. Then you go into player number 3, and of course player number 4. And now that we have this working, and let's say we want to use this version, all you have to do is unplug it from your Raspberry Pi. And you can plug this into the wall, or you can plug this into a power bank charger. And it just automatically starts with the last sketch that you uploaded. And it works. And here is the project in its case. I 3D printed a case for my Arduino, and you can find the STL files linked in the description. I do use a small breadboard, and here is the LCD screen, and it all fits nicely together in this case. And I'm using a power bank charger, and I plug it into the power bank charger, and it powers right on. And that's how it works. And I can always flip to the next player. So there's player 2, player 3, and player 4. And that's the Arduino game night timer with LEDs, an LCD, a button, and a buzzer. Everything you need to keep game night moving. One button flips turns, the LCD shows who's playing and how much time is left, and the LEDs give you a status colors. And the buzzer makes sure no one goes over their time. If you're watching this in 2025, I'm giving away 3 brand new discontinued AIY voice kits version 1, one each in September, October, and November. The Raspberry Pi 3 is required but not included, and this is US only. To enter, comment on this video. What is the game that your family or friends take too long to play? And then fill out the entry form linked in the description. I will be drawing a winner live on my channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.